Hello, Matthew.
Hello there. Hello, how are you? Right,
I'm all right.
Nick, what it is, I want to speak about these fatalities with the cyclists over the last few days and months. Basically, everything from a 50cc moped up to a 44-ton truck, you have to go and take a test of some sort to drive on a public highway. I just wondered, is it not about time now that we do the same with the cyclists? It's getting quite bad now, isn't it?
Just to put it in context, it's getting fatally bad, we have to say, Matthew. There have been 5 fatalities over 9 days, and there are a number of serious injuries as well. We've had Mayor Boris Johnson on about that, Deputy Prime Minister. He's urging people to carry on cycling and saying they're spending over a number of years nearly £1 billion to improving cycle safety. Mr. Clegg.
Well, you've heard from Boris Johnson earlier, and he's, of course, he's quite right. The person who's looking at this most closely as Mayor of London, given this rash of fatalities in London. He's also right to point out that we put a lot of money into making cycling safer.
What about a cycle test?
Well, I look. My intuitive reaction is this needs to be taken very seriously. When that many people are killed on our streets, you've got to look at every option. I would intuitively hope we don't need to immediately reach for extra regulation and extra tests. People need, of course, bicycle responsibly and sensibly and follow the rules of the road and so on. That is absolutely essential, and I'm sure we can do a lot with schools, with cycling groups, with cycling clubs in order to make sure that is the case. But
why
also
not a test?
what we do, and I know that the Prime Minister was talking about this in the summer, is make sure that new road schemes are made fit for cyclists, and we've said that that's what we want to do across the piece as a government. But Matthew's suggestion, which is a kind of a driving licence for cycling, it's not something that I intuitively hope we have to do, because I agree with Boris. We should encourage people to bicycle, but I'm not, frankly, in the heat of the sort of distress about these fatalities, I accept we need to look at everything, but I'm not now going to say we should alight on one solution as a magic one solution.
One of your sons says, "Dad, I want to start cycling to school." How would you react?
Oh, I like any parent, I would want to make sure that they cycle.
Well, I banned my sons.
Did you really?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I just don't think
it's
it's
up to
safe.
what age?
Well, until I bought them cars.
Yeah.
They never did. They cycled, but not to school. It was quite a long journey. They would have to have got.
Well,
from
my oldest son, he takes the bus, and he actually hasn't suggested that. But
would you want your son cycling in London?
Well, certainly not given the heavy bag of books he has to carry every day. But he probably wouldn't get onto the bicycle in the first place. But look, I, like any parent, would want to make sure that I'm really confident the route they take and how they're equipped and the helmet they wear means they're properly protected. But I also know, my mum's Dutch, I also know about the fantastic virtues of a country where cyclists and vehicle drivers do coexist, and where you get more and more people on bicycles. I really, really hope, and I'm sure, I know Boris was making the same point, distressing as all this is, I really hope it doesn't discourage people from bicycling. It's got to be made safer. We've got to have more of these bicycling superhighways, which sort of physically segregate cyclists from roads. We as a government have said we want to make new road schemes fit for cyclists. And at the same time, in answer to Matthew, we'll look at every other suggestion to make this a safe thing to do.
When you cycle, do you wear a helmet, Mr. Clegg? Or do you not cycle?
I haven't cycled for a while in London, but...
do you have a helmet in the
I
garage?
have a helmet.
Okay, I'm pleased to hear that.